everybody. We're reporting for the Plymouth Live. We're going to review this lovely classic car here. We are here with Father Adrian from the St. Paraskiva in February. We are now at St. Paul's in Durnford Street, of course, near the Royal William Yard. And Father is going to tell us a little bit about this lovely car.
Well, good evening everybody, and I'm so happy for being here tonight with you. It's a pleasure of showing you this fine exemplar of Romanian resistance in the 80s. This is Dacia 1410 Sport. It is so-called sport because it has two doors. It's a coupe. It's a coupe based on Renault 12. I think you all know and remember Renault 12. In Romania was very popular, known as Dacia 1310 or 1410 or 13, which created history among the Romanians. It was the car that put Romania on the road and moved Romania to become what it is now. Those who are on my age, they remember they all started with this type of car, obviously not in two doors but four doors, the sedan. And back then we were the kings of the world driving this amazing car. It's not a performance car, obviously. It only has 65 horsepower, but back then, because it had two doors, it was a manifesto, a resistance of the communist mentality, globalist and consumerist, in which the car should have had four doors to carry as many people as it could, and a huge trunk in the back, huge boot in the back to carry all the potatoes and, and tomatoes and everything that the Romanians were cultivating into their gardens. But it was used mostly in the competition, in the sport competition, obviously with a different engine. That's why it's called Dacia Sport. And this particular exemplar has a few features from the sport look, let's say, on the back. We'll show you immediately. And it's the first Dacia 1410 Sport in the UK, regged in the UK, and also green and white, as in our beautiful Devon.
Yeah, so obviously green, white and black, it's Devon's colors, and it's also the Plymouth Argyle colors.
Nice.
Are you a Argyle fan? Or?
I am a fan of everything that is winning. I will always cry for those who lose, but yep, we live in Plymouth, we're in Devon, so what choices do we have? So go Argyle.
Green Army, yeah. And it also looks a little bit like a car from the Bond movies. It looks like it's gonna pull out some machine guns, some missiles, and even an ejector seat. What sort of features can you show us with these cars?
Well, unfortunately, it is an all show and no go car. But you can always expect surprises, but none that cannot be fixed by some wire. We have in Romania a saying that this car, the Dacia 1410, the Renault 12, it can be always repaired with a wire. So it was the best reliant car for that era. So no surprises, unfortunately, no bumps, unless the engine will explode. But it's a crazy reliant engine into the bonnet. I can show you.
Yeah.
It's an engine from 1986.
Oh wow.
Carburetor engine, and although it doesn't support any comparisons, it smells with any cars of the 60s or 70s. 2 days ago I passed a Jag, and the Jag smelled like this. But it's a 4-piston Renault Dacia engine. It is reconstructed. It's practically brand new.
The Romanian Renault, basically.
Yeah, this is the Romanian version.
Yeah. awesome.
Very clean compartment. Everything originally here. Practically.
Should we start it up?
Yep,
See how
why
it's
not?
running. Wow, that is a piece of history. That is amazing.
Let's not upset the environmentalists with idling the engine. But yeah, that's the sound of the freedom in the 80s.
I noticed there's a bottle of oil there.
Yep.
Just in case, yeah.
I have some wires in the boot, so I'm I'm pretty confident that I can fix it on the street. Practically, pretty much everything is Dacia as in parts, except the skirts, the side skirts. I couldn't find the Renault skirts that they were using on the rally.
Yeah.
But
Let's see this amazing interior though.
this interior
Black and white.
is called Canadian interior because this type of dashboard they've installed it only on the export models to Canada, and also it was installed on 2 Dacia Sport actually for the security for the Romanian information services back then. That's why I kept it like this. And the seats, they are Dacia based, and they are redone to look as the seats of the Renault 12 Gordini, but the original Dacia, and everything works. Unfortunately, you cannot slide too many people in the back.
Yeah.
They are more just to show that you can carry a baby or maybe a dog or some cat.
Yeah.
If we ever like them. But I'm so proud of these 3 pieces actually. They were used on the rally versions, and very difficult to find. You can find diamonds in Romania if you dig enough, but you won't find these 3 pieces together. Very rare, very rare. And then obviously the bumpers, they were used on many models, later models. But what purists will know, like me, is that Dacia didn't have a cannon for the models like you have on BMW E21 series or E30, to have specific parts. Dacia used to put all the parts they had on different models to look better, or to whoever was paying more. If you're in the communist system and you're a hotshot back then, you could have gone to the Dacia fabric and I want this and this and this. So apart from the skirts, actually, everything is Dacia original, Dacia genuine pieces, and of course the Goodman speakers in the back. Because I couldn't find the Romania versions, and to be honest, they were pretty lousy. But everything else is Dacia based. Like I said, it's an old show. It's an old show, but no-go car, and I'm so proud to say that it is the first reg in the UK, and also green and white, like in our beautiful Devon. The name is Le Vin Vert, which I know you all know what it means. The green storm. Because the Romanians have a good sixth sense of humor, you know, because she's not fast, but she's called the Green Storm. That's a good name. Yeah.
We already have a cow lover here, admiring the nice green
So I
storm.
did tuned up very old rear engine Skoda. Or Skoda Rapid. Again, that's kind of a joke, Skoda Rapid.
Yeah. They were the competitors back then, Dacia Sport and Skoda Rapid, and especially in the communist bloc in the Eastern Europe.
Made by our
But
neighbors in Czechoslovakia.
we had some crazy Dacia Sport models with the turbo engines, and a lot of shapes and sizes and a lot of aerodynamics installed on them. But this is a factory model. I tried to put on it as much history and heritage as I could find, because it's a heritage model.
It's a classic. Yeah.
It's a classic, yeah. It's a classic.
Top of the range, communist, Romanian.
Yeah.
Which was very expensive. It's the only car in the world that has the windscreen also mounted in the back. So the front screen and the back screen, they are the same. Yeah. So that's an originality on it. It had some problems even when it was new, but this particular one is 90% restored.
Yeah.
So it's what they say, 10% restored is better than factory.
Absolutely brilliant. I do quite a bit of work with old classic cars on parts you can't get them on. We take the original part, either measure it or scan it and 3D print a new one.
Well, yeah, this fashion is very costly.
Yeah.
For instance, there are some emblems here, some Dacia, which I don't have it here because I've just ordered it in Romania, and they were almost £70 each.
Yeah.
So, but very difficult to find.
Yeah.
And there are some old badges and stuff like that which you cannot find, and then they are very pricey, more than £100 for a badge with the Automobile Club Romania.
Yeah.
Plastics, just but original. That's a passion. It's not a day-to-day car, obviously. It is so difficult to drive now. It has no power steering, no power brakes, no power windows, no air conditioning, no massage in the seats, no heating in the buttons, and nothing. Just you, the engine, and you have to struggle with the gearbox to go. But the feeling of driving something old and you being in charge.
Is it a Dacia engine?
Yep.
Everything is Dacia.
Everything is Dacia.
Because on the Skoda Rapid, the transaxle gearbox was Renault 4. It was actually Renault.
Probably in the communist bloc, they used to exchange parts a lot.
Yeah.
For instance, in Romania we had Aro, and we have all seats, and we had Dacia.
Yeah.
In England, we've imported Dacia Duster, which actually was an Aro 10 based car. It had the Dacia engine, the Dacia front stuff, whatever. So they were mixing everything because the originality wasn't very much appreciated by them. The functionality was a priority.
Make it work,
Yeah, to fit as much people in the car and as much luggage and as much merchandise you can put it. But nowadays they are the symbol of an era. Because I was saying to those beautiful friends here, this was a symbol of the resistance. Because this car, two-door coupe, it has no purpose. It had no purpose back then. So whoever would have
pure decadence,
Western
decadence.
And this was the way the Romanians were struggling to resist the system back then. Nowadays they are very rare. They were made only around 5,500. In Romania, I think they are now no more than 50 or 60 drivable, and obviously in the Western Europe, in England, that's the only one.
The only one you can find out. You look it up how many's on the road.
That's the only one. That's the only one, and it's just been regged, decorated with this
Devon's colors and Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening by chance. So
That is really, really nice. That's really, I like that. That's really good. Oh, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
I'll see you driving around. I'll give you a wave.
Thanks for popping by.
Not very often, but up there on the Mount Edgecombe, there are some classic car shows, so probably you will see it there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, so that was it. Do you have anything to add? If not, let's
just want to say, if you see this beautiful car out there,
give us a wave.
don't do a quarter mile drag race with it, because you will win. But when you see it, just wave your hand and smile, and you'll make my day, and she will be so happy that she's here. She's lonely at the moment. Probably in the future, maybe someone will bring the second Dacia Sport in the UK, and then she can enjoy a partner or something. But till then, Le Vin Vert, the first in England, the first in Plymouth, the first in Devon. Go Argyle!
Thank you, Father, and
Thank you so
enjoy
much.
the car.
Thank you so much. You too have a beautiful day.
Thank you. See you later.